Hello YouTubies, I'm Grant, this is The Garage, the channel is Grant's Garage, genius. Today we're back on the Temu MK1 Focus, carrying on with the interior madness. In the last video, or one of the recent videos, we customised the door cards to further enhance some of the interior work we've done in previous videos with things like the centre consoles and the boot build. And in this video, it's time to do the dashboard. For those new to the channel and a reminder to those returning viewers, we're trying to turn this bog standard Ford Focus into something that at least vaguely resembles a max power, sex spec Showcar sort of car that would have been popular in the early 2000s. And we're trying to do it for as cheap as possible to make it look something like this. This is the AI drawing concept, if you like, that's loosely going to be followed, but is hopefully something like what the car will end up looking like at the end. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see what we get up to in further videos. Unlike the previous video, this one is going to require some spend because I used up quite a lot of the spare material doing these. So we're waiting for them to arrive. In the meantime, first thing I need to do, get this dashboard out. So the dashboard and various accessories for said dashboard are now out of the car. There's a couple of pieces of trim I've still got in the car I'm yet to retrieve, but you can see the sofa is full. And this is what it currently looks like. Grey, dark, boring, black, stuff like that. I need to go and disassemble some parts, like take the controls out of there. I want to remove the vents from here, so that's what my next job will be. But as I've got a lot better at editing recently, here's what the general plan for what it's going to look like is. In 3, 2, 1. Amazing. So, first things first, we're going to go strip these pieces down. They're just screwed in at the back. Not going to bother videoing that. It's not very exciting. And these are pressed in like clips, so I should be able to just pop them all out and through. And then I'll have kind of the base pieces to start doing what I'm going to do. You've seen a rough idea of what the plan is going to be. These things normally take me a couple of weeks. As a lot of people who've seen any other videos know, I do these in the evening. I have a couple of hours a night. Most nights I'm out here doing something. So what I've done, and I highly recommend something to this effect if you're ever disassembling something for the first time, is I've got one of these boxes that I use again and again and again, and I've just put a little note of where each of these screws go. Obviously apart from the steering wheel one, because I know what that one is. And then hopefully that will mean when it goes back together, I have enough bolts in that it's still doing what it needs to. I will say now, it would be funny, we could look at the end of the video, go see how many I've got left. I'm going to deliberately leave some of these out when I put it back, because it doesn't need this many to hold it in, is the honest truth. So we can consider that weight saving and extra efficiency. If the dashboard isn't moving anywhere and the airbag's secure, I'm happy. So let's get to, I'll do some disassembling, and then I think there'll be a few pieces that initially I'll probably wrap because I have the material for it, and we'll start encountering that. Still waiting for a little bit of material. So in the meantime, I'm going to deal with a few of these kind of accessory pieces. I think what I'm going to do, because I like the idea of mixing all of the themes. We do have predominantly purple and then black throughout the car. And with the other interior pieces we've done the same, except we have kind of the two tones of purple. So, what I think I'm going to go for, black painted, possibly after a very deep sand, because we've got that same weird texture and slightly weird material on that one. That's the top of the steering wheel column. That's going to get the purple leather material on it, because I think that would look quite nice. That'd be quite easy to wrap. And I'm going to leave the bottom half of it black, so that's just going to get cleaned, actually, because that's properly black. This is not black. Now we're going to talk about what's going to happen with the large piece of the dashboard. My original idea was to make it very, very loud, and certain things have changed my mind. What I'm going to do for the top, and I think I'm going to draw a line around here. The top is going to be like a black suede material. We are using black as like the secondary colour in the build, for like the bonnet is black, for example. And I definitely don't want anything glossy, because when the sun shines on that, when you're driving on it, it will reflect on the windscreen. You won't be able to see. Our family car has quite a shiny dashboard, even though it's not anything fancy, it hasn't been changed, and in the sun, it's not very good. I originally did want to do it with the metallic-y, purple, leathery stuff, but that would probably be chaos when I'm driving. And the second reason that's influenced that is when I went back to Temu to order more of it, and I want to order the same one so it's the same colour, there was one more roll. So, and it was like the last one. So I can't get any more, and I would need more than one just to do this. So, for those two reasons, the top of it is going to be black up to that line. The bits underneath will be done in that material to give us that purple. Remember, we've got the trim pieces that are wrapped in the same stuff as the car. And then the lower sections, you see one of them over there, and you may have already seen in the video we've painted those. And the glove box, they're going to be black to give some contrast, but also they're going to be lower down, so it will lift the colour parts up and out. I haven't yet decided if I'll do anything with the vents or the weird corner pieces that this has. I may try and wrap them. It may be impossible. We'll see how they look when they go back in. They're all going to sit in where the purple touches anyway, so that might again give quite nice contrast, and I don't need to rush. So, some stuff is finally here. I'm going to start with the top piece because I want the leather to sit over the top of that this way, as opposed to it sitting over the top of the leather. I don't know why, if I'm honest, but I have a couple of hindrances. Number one, I explained, well, not explained, but in a video I released where I did a short shifter on the 986, I injured my hand a little bit. Eagle-eyed of you might spot some remnants of said injury. But that's what I'm going to do first. So, I'm going to do what's within my capabilities. Now, the other thing I had thought about was I wanted to do some sort of gauge cluster. So I ordered one off Temu. I actually, I feel like I ordered a black one, but I got this one. I was going to wrap it purple, but it's far too big. There is nowhere this can go. If I put it over there, then it would impact the airbag. Obviously don't want to do that. Don't want to remove a safety feature. Don't want to potentially influence the MOT. I want it to be able to be driven. And I don't want to hack up any of this to then make it fit, which was another idea, because actually the wrapped surround that goes there, I love how that's come out. So I may order a smaller one, or I may save this for something else, or I might just do something different entirely, maybe with the A-pillars. So that's the plan. I'm going to probably get on with wrapping this top piece. I'm going to give it a good clean, put on the suede stuff and then cut to shape, and then see where I'm at, and then see what I'm able to or not to do, and go from there. I've been working my way through the various bits and pieces I've taken off, covering them, covering different bits of the dash, waiting for glue to dry, coming back the next day, doing the next one, stapling edges, just trying to tidy it up. Pretty close actually now to the majority of the pieces being able to be put back together. But that's not all I want to do. I want to make it a bit more exciting. Now, I mentioned in the video where we did the center console, we incorporated those lights, that I was possibly going to reroute them because of something I wanted to do with the dash. And it's a cheap bit of tacky fun, but I've always wanted to have a go with these interior ambient lights that you're supposed to tuck in the crevices in your dash to give it that look. And I bought one. It wasn't very expensive. A couple of quid on Temu. And the only thing is, this thing is really long. So you are supposed to be able to cut this to length. Shouldn't really do this while it's on. Shall we see if that's true? Don't try this at home. Oh, it's just a fibre optic cable. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to work out where that's going to go. The next job for me really is going to reroute the lights in the center console, so that I know where that's going to sit, because the same thing that's going to be running these will be running those, and then I can sit them behind the dash because I've got a perfect opportunity because the dash is not there, so good time to hide some stuff, nice and easy. And I think realistically my next job, apart from just tidying up a couple of extra edges, is to put it back in the car and start reassembling it. So maybe before I show you everything I've done, I'll route all that together and then maybe just show you it done and on, and not spoil the surprise, just have a grand reveal. Let's see what happens. So there you have the customization of the dashboard. About £25 spent, matches the rest of the car, joins the themes of the door cards, the center console and the boot build, completing kind of the initial look for inside. There are more bits that we're going to do. There's more things planned for this build, so consider subscribing if you're not already to follow along with what's next, and go and watch the other videos to see how we got here if you've not seen those. Give us a thumbs up if you like this. I'll see you in the next video.